Hey, today we are going to do a brown sauce, but we're going to kick it up a little bit because we're going to smother it with some pork chops. Now, the pork chops are the side thing. It's all about the sauce. It's going to be a recipe I learned in Italy, agrodolce, which basically means sweet and sour. So it's going to be a sweet and sour brown sauce I'm going to show you how to make today. And we're going to smother our pork chops all over it. Delicioso. Let's get it! We're gonna start with two beautiful bone-in pork chops. Nice. And then I've got some all-purpose flour here. The flour is gonna help coat the pork chops after we season them with kosher salt and black pepper. That flour keeps them from sticking, but it's also gonna help create the sauce and thicken it up, okay? A nice crust on each pork chop. Again, salt and pepper nicely on both sides. Take some extra virgin olive oil as we always use. Get some in our hot pan and get it going. Now, we dredge in our all-purpose flour. Make sure we're kind to the other side. We make sure it doesn't get jealous. We have to season on both sides. Kosher salt, cracked black pepper, and dredge lightly, shake off, and into our hot pan. Very, very simple and beautiful. Now, as you can see, we've got our chops nice and golden brown. We're going to place on a sheet pan and into an oven at 425 degrees. Right in there. Make sure your oven is preheated. We want these to cook through. Perfect. Now for our sauce. In our pan, we're going to add some sliced shallots and red onion. All of that fond, that crust at the bottom of the pan, so important. We're going to try to grab that because that's where all our flavor is. In goes some button mushrooms. Again, grabbing up all of that delicious crumb at the bottom of the pan is so important. Here we're going to season with some salt and pepper. Now the salt, what that's going to do, it's going to release the water from the vegetables. It's going to add a little moisture to the bottom of the pan. This is so we don't have to add more oil. As you can see, everything is becoming translucent. We add some chopped garlic. Look how it's picking up the goodness from the bottom of the pan. That's what we want. Now, we're going to add our liquid, about a quarter cup of beef stock. And this is really going to grab all that goodness from the bottom. And then we're going to, on top of that, a quarter cup of chicken stock as well. And now we're starting to create the layers of flavor that I talk about so much. That is so important. Now here's where the sweet and sour comes in. We're going to add some balsamic glaze, about 2 tablespoons. You can find this in your local store. Okay? And for the sweet part, we're going to add about a tablespoon of some really good honey. So important to get good honey. Okay? You don't want it to just be overpowered with sugar. Beautiful. Now you can see our sauce is coming together. And at the last minute, we're going to add some sliced cherry tomato and mix that all around. Look at that. Gorgeous. As you can see, our pan at the bottom is almost clear now. All that flavor is inside. And now we're going to add 3 tablespoons of room temperature unsalted butter. This is going to create the emulsification and start to create the thickening of our sauce. That leftover crumb with that flour, the unsalted butter, the reduction of the heat is going to start reducing the sauce down. Finally, some chopped parsley for some color and some nice herbal flavor, which is so delicious. And continue to reduce down on a simmer slowly. Beautiful. Now we remove our pork chops from our oven after about 12 minutes at 425 degrees. We set it to a plate, and here we go. Looking so delicious. And there you have it. Agrodolce brown sauce, sweet and sour brown sauce with all of our beautiful ingredients. Oh, the tomatoes, the mushrooms. Nothing else to do but to go in. The flavors, the mushrooms, the tomatoes, that beautiful honey, but kicked to the side and then combined with that balsamic glaze. Oh, it's so delicious. Listen, if you enjoyed this video, please help this video get 1,000 likes. Leave your comments. What sauce is it that you have trouble with or would like to learn how to make? Let me know. Enjoy your smothered pork chops. And until next time, remember, eat well and stay healthy.